gonna have to be kind of in the way.
Matter.
Unless you can hide the cursor.
For me, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll try to hide the cursor.
It's Eric.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't
for
matter
me,
if you know.
My...
That's all I care about.
I just realized what kind of a skill matchup we've got in bot lane right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's Blood Moon. Oh boy.
Who's Fuzzy Cactus? Oh, it's Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Paul.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Every time I see that name, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I don't even remember what his old name was anymore.
A Crofidon. Something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Croft.
Croft.
A Crofodon.
Okay. Oh, no, looks like Canadian. Oh. He's catching up real quick.
Go figure, Canadian would have a snow day skin.
They probably made him buy that skin.
If you're gonna play on our team, you can have this skin.
Okay, in game. Well, I'm in game.
Have you got any yet, Eli?
No.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright.
good.
There we go.
And
All
we're
right.
off.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. We talked about matchups a little bit before in Champ Select, but just go over them we'll go over them again really quick. In the top lane, it is Sion versus Darius. In the jungle, it is Nunu versus Pantheon. Mid lane, it is Annie versus Malzahar. And bot lane is the Kalista Thresh combo versus the combination of Tristana and Leona. And the Kalista and Thresh combination are sporting Blood Moon skins. Hopefully, for the sake of their team, that means they're in sync, but we'll see as time goes on.
Charging up his stun. Tells me that he has about half mana now.
Yeah, surprised that he didn't just sit on Fountain and just got that before leaving Fountain, so he's full mana with stun.
Yeah, typically you would see that get charged on the fountain, but assuming he is going mid lane, it's surprising to me that he would even take his W first. I mean, his Q doesn't cost any mana as long as you kill the target, and it gets a cooldown reduction. So it seems like the obvious choice.
Yeah, I feel that starting with your W is definitely more of the support type Andy play.
But
You want to make some early plays for your AD carry, but for mid lane, that leaves him at a huge disadvantage. Level 1 already.
Red team has a lot of wards out right now. They definitely want to make sure they can see anything that goes on as far as an invade on the bottom side. They want to make sure that Safety Firstio has that clean first round of the jungle. And I think Aim and Shoot being the jungler for blue side, I don't think they're going to do a lot of aggressive jungle invades or anything of the sort.
Let's talk about some late matches. Jungle monster. In the top lane, I can definitely say I favor Drunken Bunny here.
I would generally agree with that. That being said, I haven't seen State Ram's Scion, so I don't know what that's capable of.
Yeah, I also haven't seen it.
yeah, it's definitely a new one coming to the Rift for us. Just in general, I think Darius just wins that lane. Just if you're just specifically only going off of champions, moveset, build set. I mean, Sion's pretty much going to build straight. I would assume, seeing as it's a state ramp, he's probably going to go pretty much all tank, where Darius' ult will just shred through any of it.
I do think Darius is going to have the advantage in this matchup, especially if they just sit there and smack each other. I think Sion's base damages might be a little higher than Darius's right away, but Darius's bleed damage is going to win the trade every single time. Yeah, a lot more experience and a lot more of a combat-oriented jungler. Nunu being a very safe jungler for somebody that's very new to the game or new to the jungle to play. Right, I would expect her to just try to keep control of her buffs and maybe build a Sightstone. Did she not clear her red? Yeah, so she's going through her first jungle clear without taking red buff at least. I don't know if this is a strategy that they're going to give this to the ADC later, or if this is just an oversight or what, but she's completely ignoring her buffs in the first run, so I guess we'll see how that pays off for him.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're putting such an important role, seeing as the new game changes have come, where Baron is just a huge game changer late game, and now that Dragon stacks up to 5 buffs, that they're putting... I mean, yeah, you have a jungler like Nunu who has his Consume and Smite, so she's gonna have two tries at getting it, but still, just to put that much of a pressure into a player who, I mean, skip taking her first buff, you know.
Yeah, and you're right about that for it being important. You know, Baron's important now, but Dragon is in the past tournaments. Teams that have been taking Dragon are the teams that have won, and that was back when Dragon was only with gold.
Gold and some experience, you know, global XP, global.
Right
global.
Now you're looking at Dragon giving you an actual combat advantage every single time you're in a fight based on the number of buffs you have.
Yep.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out.
Really quickly, it'll just be interesting to see if she can, you know, set up plays to initiate a Dragon, you know, starting Dragon or something like that. Especially when Nunu, you know, if he just takes 2 points as Consume, can probably take it at level 2 or 3 with Smite.
Right.
By the way, I like to draw some attention to the top lane. Stayram definitely needs.
Well,
Drunken Buddy is still up to bar.
The difference being in that is that Stayram actually started with a flask and health pots, whereas Drunken Bunny started with the Doran's Blade and a health pot. So there's a lot more sustain coming out, and I didn't look at that right away, but if he's got health pots and he's got a flask, he can sit there and brawl with Darius for a while, and he'll end up on the upper hand of that, I think, almost every time.
Looks like Nunu's gonna pass red buff once again. Might go back.
Thinking about it.
Look, Pantheon's
Something
looking
to note.
He has ulti. Steel Titan could be in some trouble here with the double. Ooh, gets Malzahn, gets Pantheon done, and it's over. First blood.
Something that I thought was...
Oh, Drunken Bunny using an excellent pull.
The flash. He does still have ulti if Cyan needs to get out.
I don't know that... Yeah, he did have his ult up, but he didn't have the mana for it. And something that I thought was interesting, going into Pantheon ganking mid lane right there, is Aim and Shoot, having skipped her first 2 buffs entirely, was the same level as Safety First Yo, so taking fewer creep overall, but I guess the smaller camps being worth the extra experience is keeping her somewhat in tune with level, and she did end up taking her first red buff now.
Also, I believe that Safety First Yo went and took both scuttles, while Aim and Shoot was back. She backed and just continued taking small camps, which, I mean, Scuttle doesn't have a ton of health early, but, I mean, it also doesn't give you any XP.
It's a beautiful counter gank, good flash onto the lantern. Burning flash is probably saving Tristana's life, to be perfectly honest. There's one thing we never got down to bot lane as far as our matchups are concerned. I think the support experience, I think bot lane overall experience and just skill as far as being in the bot lane would have to go to blue side. They actually have an ADC main and a support main on ADC and support right now, whereas you have a top main and probably a support main, but somebody that doesn't really play the game all that often, playing bot lane for red side.
Just want to draw the attention to, after the first 2 backs in top lane, farm was pretty much equal. Cyan coming back with the Warden's Mail, pretty standard, getting the armor against Darius. But Darius picking up the no magic mantle and the longsword. Is he going for a hex drinker against the Scion? Is Scion?
The thing that actually makes Hex Drinker okay in this matchup, I'm not saying it's great, but it's okay because almost all of Scion's damage, I think his W and his E are both magic damage, and most of his poke comes out of Pantheon is 2-0, he's sitting at 32 creep. Top lane, Darius is up by 2 creep, 55 to 52. In the jungle, aim and shoot's down 25 to 34. But mid lane's fairly even, and he's a little ahead at 59 to 54. So it's very even, and I don't know what the fun lane to watch. It's a bunch of big guys throwing sticks at each other, but
little wet noodle fight up there.
yeah. The big differential is in the bot lane. 2 Sodas, 1 Chalice is down 20 CS to Hoppy Bunny right now, and that's a really big differential, and that's going to come into play later, I'm sure. Looking around. Well, Pantheon's level 7. He looks like he's going to go for a gank on bot lane. He's probably going to try to get the man drop behind him. Something to take notice of, though, is that Leona doesn't have a support on him. He went straight into that sight zone. He's got cloth armor. Here comes the man drop from Pantheon. Oh, he looks like he canceled it. He's just going to walk into lane. And walk out. Alright, well that
I actually think that ward that they have placed up by Blue Buff spotted him. And that's when I think they started disengaging once they saw him starting to man drop around Gromp.
Well, I don't think that ward can't see him from down there. They don't know that...
I think he walked through by Blue to go to Gromp, and then he passed by Gromp.
Yeah, because they would have been able to see if he walked out unless he came down through the bottom area. But looks like he's going to try again with the man drop, this time committing to it. Hoppy Bunny's in a rough spot. The Thresh Lantern is going to save for right now. The play and the box coming out.
Just not able to get the kill.
Barely saving out.
Central looking to be in some trouble, but with the Callisto pulls her to safety.
That is one of the key reasons why Thresh Callisto's lane right now is so strong.
It's like red team is pinging to take Dragon, which looks pretty free. Actually, Devon lane is actually staying after that. Callisto being still pretty low. Pantheon could get a Nunu sitting on the side, hitting the ice chunk, throwing the snowballs. What Nunu does best. The pink ward, they're gonna
top lane.
He gets the ulti.
And blue team gets Dragon. I didn't see how that happened.
Going for a 1-for-1 right now trade. Going on Callisto, which is huge. Pantheon picked up another kill. Looks like
this is going to be a triple kill for Tristana. So blue team gets a kill on top lane. They're going to get a lot of damage on tower. They get Dragon, but they lose 3 kills to Tristana and most likely this mid tower.
Yeah, it was a 4-for-1 trade at Dragon. Which, to be fair, on Darius is never fun to fight against a fed Darius. Never fun.
I think that trade definitely goes in favor of red teams, however, because they did get that tower. Blue side did not get their top tower. Even though they lost Dragon, 6% of very little damage this early in the game is still not that much damage. That'll become more and more important as the game goes on, but for right now, Blue side definitely reaping the benefits. Or red side, pardon me.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing
Very aggressive warding from Senza right there, getting it between the wolf camp and the blue buff camp. And also getting a ward over by Gromp. I think he saw that their blue buff is up, but I don't know that that ward can see. It cannot see the blue buff, but I think, I believe they know that blue buff is up right now.
with the 6 kills that red team has right now, they are distributing very well. Although it'd be nice to have, and of course it'd be nice to have Malzahn. So having Pantheon 301 and Chisana 301, that is gonna hurt blue team. Considering Chisana has now finished her Infinity Edge.
Where Callista
Does not have a complete cycle.
And she's actually, Callista's actually sitting on a few really weird half items right now. Not sure if wanting to go with a BF sword or tier 2 boots or go with the Redan. A beautiful play.
Fox going down, hitting both. Top lane's getting ganked. He's not going to be able to do anything about that. He will drop.
Nothing ended up happening bottom.
Red team secures the tower top lane. Annie rotating up. Could be in some trouble here. I don't think they've got the damage to kill her, however.
Mouse looks like he's just free mid to take that. Tier 2.
Well, Steel Titan donating a kill to Pantheon and Scion. And looks like there's a lot of damage going down on that mid tower. He might get this before Drunken Bunny can get there. And a tier 2 tower mid is pretty huge. That's definitely a safe move. They can come get that tower whenever they want to, really.
Just pretty good warding in general on everyone's behalf. Both teams have, you know, wards on their own side of the jungle, but then also a few wards on the enemy side of the jungle.
As far as aggressive wards go, it seems both teams are favoring that blue side aggressive jungle warding. So,
speaking of wards, Drunken Bunny will take out the big ward, placed in the solo bush next to Baron.
they're sitting at 2.8 thousand gold lead right now. It is getting a little bigger as time goes on. Scion definitely getting the better of this top lane for right now.
But still behind in farm by about 14. Oh! Nullifies all of the Pantheon ulti there with the Glista ulti. That was well played. Well timed, well timed.
Darius ult did come down on top lane. It was a 5 mark Darius ult that Scion just kind of shrugged off and popped his shield on. He's hurting right now, but it's still really risky for Drunken Bunny to go for the kill. He doesn't have mana and he's trying to take a tower right now. And
he does have flash up.
Might get it.
The ulti coming out by Scion. I don't know if Drunken Bunny can actually do this because the Hex Trigger that I was questioning, the Hex Trigger, the bleed damage, the Hex Trigger that I questioned so much will save his life and making him 2-1.
And he flashed away early, so Scion's passive couldn't run him down, so he didn't trade the kill. He gets the tower, he gets the kill, evens out top lane a little bit more.
He was also taking a lot of extra damage from those minions, and I don't think he wanted to risk it, taking the extra damage from those minions.
Pantheon.
Thresh being seen here by Pantheon. He was pinging. Pick up the ward that Sentra just laid. Sentra looking. It was definitely ward. Not sure why he took that path.
The Zenith Blade goes down and It looks like they're gonna.
Oh, the Malzahar
But he's getting
comes out.
ulted. Oh boy.
The silence hits down and he can't even flash out.
The ignite might take out Pantheon. No.
Oh, Darius
One
looking
tick
pretty
away.
thirsty.
He has no flash.
He doesn't have flash. He just flashed top lane. He's walking into the biggest bait of his life. Dragon is live.
It looked
Now.
initially like Red Team really wanted to go for Dragon, but I think Safety Firstio might have waved him off because of his low health reserves. Settling instead to get the bottom lane tower Tristana can absolutely destroy. That gives them a 3-2 tower lead. They're up almost 4k at this point, up 11 kills to 4, 19 minutes in.
No, right before that fight, I was about to say that blue team was trying to overpower there. Not after that fight. They fought right back behind again.
Their saving grace might have to be the fact that their top laner and their ADC are both out farming their lane opponents. The Callista looks like she's going in on Leona on bot lane. Dragon is aggro, so Dragon's going to be dealing some damage during this fight. The Ren goes out. Dragon's going to secure the kill for Hoppy Bunny. Tristana's E will take down Callista. Tristana wants a little bit more going after Senzu, but not going to get anything. They're going to back up. They're going to take Dragon. It'll be their first in the game. Looks like
Darius has his ult. He got 5 stacks right here, I think. You see the dunk come out.
Oh, there I am, using the randoms. But it's not gonna be enough.
Ooh.
not quite enough. He needs to finish his boots and he'll be able to catch up next time and probably secure that kill. Although, ideally he wouldn't die in that situation, but... he does have another Warden's Mail besides his Randuin, so... You gotta wonder what that's gonna go into.
Pick out Pantheon here. Just really wanting it.
They don't know that they walked over a ward, I guess. They actually walked over...
Hoppy Bunny making his way down the lane.
Teleport coming in from Darius. Oh, what they're
No.
gonna get from
Well, I'm not sure.
Looks like a wasted. This looks like a wasted teleport. Because they
Everything
have a
was
ward in Dragon
disengaged.
Pit, so they know that Dragon wasn't live down here.
everyone on full team.
This huge wave pushing mid. It's stalled right outside of. Unfortunately, it was stalled right outside of the range of tower. Which means it will clean up that blue wave and then push into tower.
Something to note, Annie picked up Quicksilver Sash. That's not gonna help her with a Malzahar ult. You can't use any items when you're suppressed. So... Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah. They have all the suppression they need to shut down that Callista. They must have looked at it before this game.
You know, they didn't, the Scion TP's top to clean up that big wave that's pushing in toward the tower. They didn't ban Callista, and you gotta wonder if maybe they weren't daring him to pick it because they knew that they were gonna have as much lockdown as they needed to hold her in place to kill her.
Right.
The Malzahar ult being a huge utility. He's got 11 assists
Not
already.
having any mana yet. Not sure if
Oh, but Tristana
aim and
comes
shoot
in.
will
Looks like they want this kill.
just not turn on that.
But Tristana is backed off by the Annie. Yeah, the Annie picked up the Quicksilver Sash.
That's just a lot of
That's
wasted
a
gold.
misplay,
Um,
I think, I guess.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. The AP version of Quicksilver Sash is Morella, or not Morella.
there is
Navicon,
no
the,
AP version of Quicksilver Sash.
It's only
Does not exist.
Correct, but there is an item that it's not on Holy Grail. Supports usually pick it up. I think it takes off all debuffs and heals.
You're thinking of Mikhail's Crucible, but that doesn't build out of Quicksilver Sash.
Correct, right, but
And I don't know that it has very much AP added to it either. to be perfectly honest.
just in general, I mean, if she builds Quicksilver Sash into Scimitar, that will be AD plus MR. Correct?
That will.
So wouldn't it
yes.
be more beneficial to get, if for the AP champion Annie, to get the Mikhails, which would
does
give
not
AP
matter because
and health regen?
you cannot use items when you're suppressed. It doesn't matter which item she bought. She can't use items. She would have been better off going for a anything, really. She's sitting at 1-5 and 1. She's got 136 creep. She doesn't have a lot. She's got a 10 stacks Rod of Ages, but other than that, she's really insignificant.
Just
instead of going for the Quicksilver set, he picks up a rabbit out.
Just something to note, in the mid lane, Malzahar being 0-1 and 11, having 11 assists when there's only 14 kills on their team is actually quite impressive for the mid laner.
Yeah, he's trying has kill participation.
With the Pantheon, their jungler, you know, who's 803. Getting the flash, even though the hook probably wouldn't have landed there.
What if Pantheon playing it safe? Doesn't want to give it anything up.
He wants that dream, that 8-0. Doesn't want any deaths on this one.
So,
Actually went for the poster side. I can't really falter. Although that is debating, I myself.
Sorry, getting silenced there by the gate. Unfortunately.
and Malzahar picking himself up another assist.
Oh.
Make it 12 for the game. Something that I think is really interesting is Leona doesn't have boots. Tristana and Malzahar are sitting on tier 1s. And Pantheon and Scion are sitting on tier 3s. Both of them have their home guard up. So Red Side's boot situation is pretty interesting, whereas only Callista doesn't have her tier 2s, which is actually really interesting in and of itself because her passive scales off what tier of boots she has. So she would be jumping further if she had tier 2 or tier 3 boots.
And she needs that mobility against this team. She needs as far away as she can.
Pretty much from the second blue team left base, red team knew exactly where they were with just the massive amount of ward coverage they have around this dragon pit. Just phenomenal.
Well,
Oh.
and Annie's gonna.
Central will grab. Central will get one of those. Pantheon looking like he might get his first death.
Down. With a question mark, it's very hard to tell. Leona not
dodging
having
it.
boots is really hurting right now.
Oh. Not
there's
getting
only so
popping
much
the
you can
Ren,
do.
popping the Ren and just the sliver of health.
That'll be the second dragon for red team. They win that fight quite handily.
Yeah, that was a fight that blue team wanted to just get as far away from it.
Malzahar actually picking up 2 kills in that fight, so he's sitting a little better. Still doesn't have his tier 3 boots. Leona finally bought tier 1. Callista finishing her tier 2s. So a little more mobility.
50 farm compared to the Tristana, but Tristana clearly having 7 kills, which is making up for the lack of gold that she's missing out on those 53.
15 of red side's 19 kills going on to Pantheon and Tristana, and you can really tell that the damage being where it is really working for him. Malzahar's only got 2 kills, but he's doing a lot of damage with that Death Cap and with that Rod of Ages.
But in that last fight, really did a good job of really blowing up the Pantheon and making him useless.
Oh, Scion ulti just gonna secure it in case that Malzahar and the Pantheon stun we're gonna wear off.
So a lot of surprises coming out for this game, actually. We thought that blue side bot lane would do considerably better.
And Tunnel coming down onto the cliff. The cliff is getting blown up.
Tenebris comes out.
Not sure where the hell all that health came from. The flash comes down. Tristana.
Boy, I don't see the team coming back from this deficit.
Yeah, they're
9,000
Leona better be careful here. That laser does a lot of damage. It was probably calculated.
Just shaking her tail feather as she's leaving the base. Not really sure what he's going for.
Trying to get after.
The Malzahar might die
initially-
with the bleed damage.
It looked initially like he was trying to get after
And he will
Tristana,
live.
but opting instead to switch over to the Malzahar, he couldn't quite get over there.
Blue pinging Baron. Interesting.
I think they're maybe hoping to sneak this while red side is going back and recuperating.
Without aim and shoot, sitting at Wolves, not really sure what she's doing. Maybe a little bit miscommunication. Looks like she's making her way without clearing out the Dragon Pit. Or the... And Darius not being there. The consume came down maybe a little early, but hopefully the ulti comes out. Oh, they get Baron. Darius.
Bunny, take it down the hill. Get the Tristana, but suffers for it.
Shut down.
So at the end of the day, nobody gets Baron. Red team's got minions in the base. You're looking at 40-second death timers right now. They might be able to end, but at the very least, they're gonna get both of the base towers. Starting that Baron without having a sweeper up.
Without even having your whole Nunu wasn't there. Aim and shoot. Was that Wolf? Was that Wolves?
So that was worth it.
Good old rule number one
Reshta
about
coming out
League
on
of Legends.
Leona saying, I'm going out on my own terms. And Resh picking up the kill.
We got red team with no Nexus turrets, open mid lane. I mean, they still have their inhibitor turrets top and 2 turrets bot.
Looking pretty grim for the blue side.
Scion actually
Even with
just
the,
finished.
I think we can blame this loss on Hospital. Not doing well.
Well, Scion just picked up Thornmail, so I don't know that Hoppy Bunny's future is any too brighter.
Randuin's, Frozen Heart, and Thornmail.
And he's sitting on a Giant's Belt, which I have to assume is going to go to a Sunfire game. Unless he maybe is going to go for a Warmogs.
Yeah, Zion's sitting at 350. I don't think Cliff is piercing that anytime soon. He even
Well,
missed that last whisper.
it's not like there are a lot of threats on blue side to make him build
Annie
magic
looking like she's gonna get caught out over here. Not really sure why she's pushed up that far. But she will go down.
For literally no reason.
I
Trying to
think
get
he was
that
trying
greedy-
to steal the kill.
Trying to get that greedy kill.
I
might
think
be-
it's entirely possible that everybody out here knows this game is
There
pretty
might
much
be a
over.
little competition between that chat and who's carrying more in this game.
Aim and shoot. Starting from her life. Zion wants what you're gonna do with her, apparently.
I'm not really sure how much gold he got from that thing, but it looked more than... Not really sure. Looked like there was a 10 and a 5, and I'm not sure why there was multiple numbers for just killing that scout. Did you see that? A little confused. I'm looking at his items. I'm seeing if he's got it. purple hat.
The extra numbers you guys were seeing was Tristana and Pantheon took bot tower. And Poppy Bunny got absolutely obliterated right there.
This looking like it's just gonna be a cleanup.
Team has a 13-1 and 9. Looks like they're calling it GG. But hey, it's not over yet. Zion not giving a single crap about that. More about
Steel Titan using the Q, laying down the stun on the minion, and then turning and using an ability.
I think he actually missed his W. I think he was out of range when he threw his W to Sion. Also, auto attack Sion and hurt himself. I don't think he was prepared for that.
silence. Stop shaking the center look. Making it look silly.
Pantheon soloing, I believe, what, their third dragon? This will be their third?
This will be their third dragon, which I believe is the movement speed dragon.
Correct.
Yeah, extra
After
5% movement speed,
yeah.
and that's...
Yeah, they're gonna need that to close off this game.
It's very helpful. In my opinion, it's actually the most important dragon you can get.
Interesting analysis.
Well,
I
you
think
can't get the fifth
in
one if you don't have the third one. You see what I'm saying here?
I
You
think
can't get the third one if you don't have the first one.
Yeah, but the first one's just 6% damage.
oh the Sion
He's just going for a
what
ride.
was that?
I've never seen that before.
It looks kind of like a dog. Like a dog was running and his owner was being pulled by rollerblades or something.
Seeing everyone was dumbfounded by
Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the epitome of professionalism. I'm sure we've talked over ourselves
anyone
throughout the entire video.
Oh.
That one's going on the highlight reel for sure.
Oh boy. Interesting play.
Did Sion die for that or did he live?
Oh, he definitely lived.
Okay, he lived. He's got a warm... Oh boy.
Yeah.
Still hanging on to that crystalline flask though.
It's about
4,000 health and
360. Hot damn.
Yeah, that's not. I think that close
Hmm.
Well, what, 360 armor? Take off about a fourth of it, or not a fourth. I apologize. So roughly 100 armor.
Here we go.
Oh, Darius biting the bullet. Taking the Sion ulti. Laying down some good damage.
Logan wants to auto attack that Zion.
He is killing himself. He is in fact killing himself. Down goes the ante.
Auto attacks the Zion.
Happy Bunny might finally do
Logan
it.
finally giving
Aim
up.
and shoot.
After having auto-attacked Sion for the last minute and a half, and Sion still has 3/4 of his health.
And I think we've seen it here all year, folks. I believe this will be the ending swift.
Oh, the
into the fountain, and he still
kill
doesn't
him.
die! Can it even happen that this Sion can't die? My goodness. Taking shots from fountain. Oh, getting the
Oh,
hook
the
on
hook.
the...
That's
Will
gonna be
go
the end
down.
of Tristana.
Can he get the Pantheon
gonna
as
be
well?
the end of
Pantheon going
Pantheon.
down!
Don't attack the Zion.
I don't think he has a choice. He's got Raven or Randu.
Yes.
Oh, and he missed.
He misses into the fountain!
There's the.
Hey, you get that out of it. That'll stop the blow.
Well,
Batting them stats and hitting over 300 farm.
that's all she wrote for game one.
Yeah.
Woo!
He'll probably go to Tristana 15 to 10 at the end of that game. Balzar.
Alright, we'll be, I believe, either a 5 or 10 minute break between the next two games, but stay tuned for it. live.
Wait, you haven't been recording?
Just the game footage. I can't record in Champ Select.
Then we're not gonna do champ select. Everything we just did is worthless.
You have the audio.
I thought you were recording.
I am recording, but what are we gonna put over the top of that? We can't watch them go through champ select.
I have the first Champ Select. I don't have this one. But the first one is like all derpy as shit.
I don't know. Probably because you're gay.
No, probably. And it says the game's at 5 minutes.
Says it at 5:02.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. It did that last game too.
And we are live on to the rift. Looks like that merchant just throwing shit out into the crowds. Trying to make sure each summoner gets what they actually want. Starting items looking pretty, let me realign all of this so everything's nice and pretty. Oh, I forgot Jinx is actually probably in the bot lane. Alright, put that down there. This goes over here, and that goes... No, that goes here, and this goes there. Okay.
Eric Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
If you guys didn't know, there was a little, just trying to rep my own team over here with that Han Solo, quote from Star Wars, because we are Han Solo mid.
Yeah, well.
Hashtag my boys.
Let's take a look at lane matchups real quick for this game. In the top lane, you've got Cho'Gath versus Tryndamere. In the jungle, you're looking at Vi versus Warwick. Mid lane is Malzahar versus Ezreal. Bot lane has Caitlyn Nami versus Jinx Soraka. And something of interest, the only person on
Excuse me.
on red side this game, they were blue side last game. The only person that's in the same position they were the game before is their top laner, Drunken Bunny.
By the way, it looks like Israel is going 80. That can be confirmed. He has 0 AP. So...
Well, it is known for some Ezreals to start Doran's Blade,
Right,
and
he would have taken some AP Ruins or Masteries. He has no AP.
Ideally, yes, he would have. Real quick, Eric, can you see chat?
yes, I can.
Okay.
Chat
Just
will
wanted
be chat. Yes, and chat will be recorded on this.
Okay. Well, that's...
Some funny words and sentences being said across from team to team as they start off.
We're really not sure if they're serious, to be honest. What happens behind
Never
closed
know.
doors?
But he's going aggressive.
He's getting the full
figure.
stack fury.
But better start.
You might get that ignite down if he has it.
Drunken Bunny.
He does have ignite. I'm surprised he didn't go all in on that.
He doesn't have the damage.
The Mammamias, being the red team, they were blue team last game. All apologies. for any
Oh,
confusion.
the ignite's gonna come down.
4 crits in a row!
Clear him. Clear him and better know that. Same game as it was last time. He will have to carry him. He'll like it.
Yeah, I was gonna mention right before State Ram went down that we'll see how much of a difference this lane is. That he's starting Doran's Ring instead of his 3 pots and flask. You know, not gonna have that reassurance. I mean, he's just taking a lot of damage right now to just minions. My goodness, just got back up in the lane. He's already sitting at about half to 60% health.
Vi
Unfortunately, after
opting
that
to back after clearing her entire red side. Warwick clearing 1 camp and red buff, and then going to blue buff. He's still in the jungle right now. Vi's got her jungle item and 3 health pots already, so she's sitting pretty.
Honestly, very interested in what.
He Well, one thing that's interesting to me is that they took a lot of experience out of their bot lane, the Mammamias did. And Tenebris' ADC, 2 Sonas, 1 Chalice, went hog wild in their last game and just put on a dominating performance. Now, much less pressure on him in lane, and seems to be doing pretty well.
Vi looking to make the play. Oh, no, take the scuttle. Thought she was gonna head top and try to dive that Tenebris. Still might be looking at it. Like moving up to Tri-Bush. Warwick on that side of the jungle. Looks like he's taking razor beams.
Have to be careful though. Vi is only level 3 right now.
Yeah, this could be a if the Tenebris still has a spin to win, he could make some serious plays into that tower.
Warwick making an expedition into blue side jungle of Team Tenebris, placing that pink ward down. We'll have to see how long that sits there. Put that down at about 5:05. Vi abandoning the top lane gank. Thought about Gromp, decided not to. Maybe going back to Gromp.
Chunking him. State Ram, yeah. Double his farm. Plus first blood on top of that. But he's probably sitting on, how much gold is he sitting on?
No, we did say that
1,500.
He could be left in some trouble. He probably still has flash, I believe. Oh yeah.
He did not take flash. He has
He has
ghost.
Ghost.
He popped ghost early in that fight. Vi hit him like a toy truck, and then he spun back to his tower. That truck gets bigger as the game goes on, but for right now it's just a toy.
It's like that little Tonka truck that every little kid likes to play with. But at the end of the game, we'll be looking at a
those
serious
hurt.
semi.
by the way,
You're going from a toy dump truck to a semi.
Well, I mean, we're talking about big girl Vi here.
one of the biggest faults that the red team have right now is that they have hearing, and the blue team can stack armor against them. However, they can't stack armor against people like Cho'Gath. Don't get any.
You know, you're not wrong. Looks like Hoppy Buddy picking up that tier in the mid lane and a mana crystal. Might be looking for that blue build Ezreal. I know it's a little old build, but I know that he favors it still quite a lot. Kind of a comfort build and a comfort pick for him at this time.
I think Logan's just so at one with his tiers that he builds a tier on Ezreal every time he plays it.
Red, just looking at some ward coverage. Red having taken wards down at about 6 minutes in the game. I believe the second one was placed over by Dragon Pit. Not bad investing some of that early gold that they're getting from winning their lanes, other than the bot lane. But,
So I'm very some storms. He is going to be keeping up with Hoppy Bunny's farm.
Well, Hoppy Bunny's trying to pressure him out of lane, trying to poke him down. The problem is that Malzahar has the distinct ability to farm from far away and not really have to
Cho'Gath
worry
looking
about last hitting, because he's got a Void Link to do that for him.
4 people down by Dragon on red side. Vi, not really sure what she was doing there. Kind of doing a little stutter step.
Tryndamere
Cho'Gath-
now
Ooh.
sitting on 2,000 gold, has not backed yet, 52 farm.
He's just looking straight for the static shiv.
You know, if I was him, I would almost go for a first item. Well, she's ignoring it. She might get. No. She almost got away with ignoring it. She almost did. Tryndamere making his first trip back. Opts for a Zeal and an Avarice Blade. Have quite enough to pick up that static shiv. Could have gotten it, but opted to get boots of speed instead. Not a bad decision. Not a bad decision at all.
Maybe try to look up, grab a little passive gold off that Avarice Blade, heading back up into the top lane. He's thinking, hey, if I can sit up in top lane for another 9 minutes, might as well have an Avarice Blade, right?
We talked
Immediately
about
going in on this Cho'Gath. Dodging the Q.
I don't know if they're gonna drive in.
He's gonna dive. He's using the ghost. Oh, not even gonna have to use his ulti.
Red team still have 2 buttons. That's a huge advantage.
So quick, nimble. You ever try to catch a bunny?
we talked about this earlier. The inexperience on bot lane for the Mammamias right now. Jinx is down 28 CS at 9:45 to Caitlyn. Caitlyn's sitting at 69 right now. She's got her VS sword and a pickaxe. She's actually just came back to lane, so she's not sitting on all that much gold. Or she's walking back to lane now.
Drunken Bunny might have been showing a little disrespect there at the Cho'Gath. He might get caught out here. Can't even get his ulti off and just gets immediately eaten by the fat Cho'Gath.
A little bit of late play from him.
I don't know if the Mammamias realize this, but they counter-jungled themselves a little bit. They left a minion over at the blue camp when they took it. It looks like they're going to see it as they go by. There they go. But they do pick up an early dragon by missing her Vault Breaker. Walking over Pink Ward for the second time. This time she sees them. And that's 30 gold in Caitlyn's pocket by doing all the work.
Well, the Cho'Gath is, boom. Tenebris still having ulti. It means this is gonna be a free kill.
And that was a problem. He's gonna be getting very fast.
Abyss of Storms has picked up his CS lead on Hoppy Bunny by 6 now. Actually managing to outfarm him. But Hoppy Bunny hasn't backed in a while and actually sitting on about 1,200 gold, so could go back and get a Sheen. Bit of an engagement on bot lane, ends up nobody getting killed, but once again, 2 Sonas, 1 Chalice, getting lane dominance and pushing this wave under tower, making it very hard for Steel Tartan to farm.
See how much the goal of the winning these lanes are taking. Getting the execute, oof. But Red having a turret and an extra kill, plus dragon, and still tied with gold.
I believe that's because we're all on no assists anywhere.
Yeah. Just the lanes have to start doing better at CSing if they want to get, if Red team wants to have a significant gold lead on this blue team. Oh, Tenebris making his way down to the mid lane, flexing his muscles, having the ulti.
Both Ezreal and Jinx are sitting at about 1,700 gold right now, so their backs are going to be pretty big. Tryndamere got about 1,300. He's probably going to wait till he can get a BF sword. Hopefully they can get this tower so he can walk back.
Oh my
to
goodness! Tenebris getting the auto. I think it was a crit, plus with the static shiv. That was 1 auto onto that Naldar. Everybody throwing the ulti, flexing the muscles.
Safety first. Not having the backup.
It looked like he wanted to go put the assault and battery down on Ezreal, but he definitely wouldn't have had anybody coming with him.
Taking another recap at the lane. Warwick behind. Tryndamere is still up by a pretty hefty 30 creep score. Plus 2 kills on top of that Cho'Gath. Ezreal falling off a little bit, but probably due to the back. And his Jinx, Steel Titan is just hitting.
Oh, that's a nice damage on it.
Still has his ulti, he could throw the rocket, and it will take her down!
That was very well done by
Bit of an engagement coming down in mid lane. Warwick also already uses Infinite Duress. It looks like Hoppy Bunny's going to pick up a kill and then also go down, so they'll trade 1-for-1, and Drunken Bunny looks like he's going to take top tower while all this is going on.
He is gonna be a strong
It is something that Caitlyn is not going to be able to get away with.
I don't think that's
I don't think Caitlyn saw the Super Mega Death Rocket coming.
This will be after this wave. Jinx will take tower. That'll be their third tower to 0. Red will be up.
Not so hard as working on that middle tower.
Dragon is live in about 1:40.
no red team and all of this has to take help. Off themselves so far.
Starting to come back.
Yeah, it looks like
See if the Cho'Gath finally sees the pink ward.
He
And then
spots it with a pink ward of his own.
well played.
lasted about 10 minutes.
By the way, can we bring some attention to this Cho'Gath? First item,
Red team's turret has been
not
destroyed.
having anything to do.
You know, that could cause some problems. You know, you've got you've got Ezreal, whose Q acts as an auto attack. You've got Tenebris and Jinx, who all of their damage is their auto attacks. I mean that.
Oh, that hurts. I just cringe looking at when that.
Vault Breaker coming out on Warwick, getting a couple of hits down. Assault Battery coming down on Ezreal. He is silent and
Will fall. Dragon's live in about 25. Jinx, I don't know why she's even making herself known with that.
a Jinx Rocket can do a lot of damage here. There it is. Doesn't hit any of the targets it needs to hit.
But that full health Jinx might be able to bully him out of this dragon, making him back. And actually, Red might be able to secure. If they all back, Red might be able to secure the second dragon. Seeing as Tenebris is just about up, and Warwick is now making his way down. Looks like, oh, this could be detrimental. Oh, just can you get her down? The bells. Steel Titan flexing his muscles. Ooh.
Steel
He
Titan
flashes for it.
Steel Titan didn't need to throw that.
Not
Steel
sure
Titan
what
didn't
he
need to
was.
throw the zap. He had red buff. He had range with his rockets. He's got. Lancey didn't have tier 2 boots, and also only has tier 1. I mean that should have been an easy
Out,
kill.
getting the slam for Junie. Take down the. That's their
For a
second
second,
dragon.
I thought Cho'Gath took it.
That would have been unfortunate, to say the least.
Looks like Ezreal will swap top to take that, all that farm. You know, it actually might be in their best interest to have Jinx make her way up there and try to take some of that.
Ooh, stare him.
Looking to be in some trouble.
And
Cho'Gath's second item coming down with the sword boots.
Hogan's gonna have to
This will be their fourth tower. Jinx.
It looks like Red
threatening
Team
it.
is gonna pick up.
They're gonna push it
Tower
for their
number
fifth tower, I
4.
believe. Not really sure why they
I think if they had vision of more
Ryan could be in
of
trouble. Oh, the
infinite
immediately
threat
ulti coming
out
down.
of Timothy Persio. There's the tidal wave. Zap coming out doesn't hit anybody.
Oh, the ulti
Ezreal
coming from
coming
Ezreal.
through. Jinx Rocket hits the Cho'Gath in the face. Rest in peace.
Sona still holding on to her ulti. Not sure why she hasn't let that go yet. Even right now would be a good time to use it. Just to give her.
Who?
Sona still holding on to her. I believe it's. What did I think, Sona? I apologize.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
believe it's Star. No, Wish. Wish.
You mean Soraka, and it's Wish.
It's Wish, yeah.
No, they're picking up towers. In fact, they've got all the tier 1s and they've got tier 2 on top, but they've also lost all of their tier 1s. So it's really not that big of a lead. And yes, they've got 2 dragons right now, but the gold lead is on blue team right, and they're not winning fights.
No. They really don't have any sort of team fight. They need over both picks.
Good rotation will win this game for them.
Baron is just spawning right now as we roll into the 20-minute mark. It doesn't look like either team is too interested in taking an early Baron, although I think red team would be the team to do it. Having all of that DPS on their team. You know, I didn't think about it. The Cho'Gath buying Thornmail. The only person that's not going to be detrimental to as far as anybody fighting Cho'Gath is going to be Soraka, and she's not going to do any damage. Well, a lot of abilities getting thrown out here. Ezreal gets picked off by the Malefic Visions. Abyss of Storms. He hasn't decided what he wants to do yet.
Might be looking to come and sideswipe this mid lane.
Cho'Gath right now seems to be going for a rod of ages.
At 21 minute.
A little bit health, mana, a little bit more damage.
How many stacks is that Cho'Gath sitting at right now?
It appears one.
One stack, okay. He's gonna have to start eating some minions and getting fed. Being that big keeping that hunger turned down, eating them minions when his ult's
Turned
up on.
down for what?
That is the question.
Dragon looking live and
It looks like both teams are kind of afraid to go anywhere by themselves, except for Drunken Bunny, who's completely out of position right now. And it doesn't look like anybody on. It looks nobody's gonna capitalize. They should have known he was farming minions right there.
they should have just all collapsed on him.
Gone. Okay.
But red actually having what 1, 2, 3, 4 wards over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
So Drunken Bunny might have known. Drunken Bunny might have known the whole time of the position of all 5. I wasn't looking to see the exact location of all 5 of them and the location of those wards. Looks like Dragon's gonna be live in 30. Looks like this is a classic Hoppy Bunny call to take the dragon. He's a big 5 dragon kind of guy, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, they are going to need to have as many dragons as they can get to stay in this game. Jinx needs to ignore those minions down there and come up just in case the fight breaks out. Tenebris doesn't have Cho'Gath, who seems to be farming top lane. He does have his TP up, so we'll see if that comes into play as Dragon spawns.
Both teams losing pretty much all vision other than the blue ward in the pit. Tenebris. But I think he did pop 5. Cho'Gath is here.
And
Just obliterated.
Hey about that fight.
that is pretty much the tale of this game. And actually of last game.
Looks like they all might be moving up for Baron now. I know that Safety First Yo is on the opposite side is a huge Baron lover and not about those 5 dragon stacks.
I think they're gonna move up. They're gonna take out this tier 2 mid tower. That's a pretty good team goal. Not that they were behind on team gold. The Jigs all just barely missing by. Not gonna get a kill.
I definitely would have much preferred something like an Amumu pick to this one.
Yeah, the Warwick's got lockdown, but only for one target, and we know Sensor to be. Yeah, we know Sensor to be an Amumu player, and I'm just really confused at why he picked Warwick. I don't get it at all.
After Tenebris' great lead in the top lane, he's been put down a little bit and sitting at 3-3, and then Cho'Gath, who was, I believe, 1-4 in lane. Probably finishing up that rod of ages once. Perhaps if he dies here. Tenebris actually coming in. Landing on the trap. That's what their comp's all about. As you can see, they're not a team fight comp.
Trying to just get out. Take what you get. Wanted to capitalize on them.
Looking for that wall.
The infinite duress coming out right after the assault battery, followed very quickly up by the malefic vision. Everybody's burning their ultis for this fight.
That was about a 2-shot right there.
That's an ult.
We got some champions moving over
everybody
here.
else used their ult, so might as well.
Looks like the Baron call is going to be head out. Impacted. Might go down.
I think she's got to be alive to do that. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, that was dangerously close.
Baron.
Seems like he paused right as that Q was coming in, and that's like that.
Next
Not sure if you
strat.
saw that, but actually right before Ezreal was going to do his QE combo, or his QW combo, Baron's tail actually came up and knocked him up, and so he was not able to complete the double skill shot combo.
That I believe he's saying Baron close. Down to 12.
Down by 8k gold. I was really hoping to see a 3-match set, but at this rate, I mean, red team's got to do something, get them out of this funk. If they were going to be even looking for a 3rd game.
Yes, we can blame this on the captain. Not wanting to show up.
That's probably a pretty big reason, to be honest. You know, when you're working like on a team like this, and you have a designated team captain, it's kind of important that they really communicate with their team to make stuff work, because the team comp that they have is really all over the place, and it doesn't accomplish very much. They're working with a substitute, playing AD carry and mid. AD carry last game and mid this game, which are 2 roles that their normal captain probably wouldn't have played, I don't think. And you gotta wonder how much it just really affects their team comp and their team strategy for how they were going to prepare for this game. I mean, it really changes a lot. Warwick looks like he's getting bullied by minions top lane, so he's going to wait for his own minions to come up. Meanwhile, everybody on Tenebris is bot lane, and it looks like they're going to shove down a bot tower. Warwick doesn't want to leave his... No, they really can't, especially without Warwick there. Not to say that they had a lot of options even with him there, but...
I'm not sure what that assault or that rock.
No assault and battery just yet. They're going to march these down methodically.
That ward lasting not long at all. Just a total clusterfuck. different skill shots than controlling it. Oh, the Cho'Gath flash! Taking out Tenebris, which actually is probably pretty big.
We knew what you meant.
I think either would have worked there. Blue team pinging Dragon. I believe that will be their second. Blue team now. Oh! Fuzzy Cactus giving him the fishtail, saying, "No, no, no, I'll take that rocket." Making the comment actually in the chat bar.
Not a lot going on right now. Everybody just kind of regrouping and picking up buffs. The ward coverage of this game has gone down severely from the middle of the game when we saw wards all over the place for both teams. Now there's only one or two here and there.
Central lane, the sweeper, seeing if there's any big wards. Gotta keep finding some creeper or anything. Just gotta get in the lane and just keep ulting. Maximize his efficiency. It isn't a bad item on Mammamia, actually. Especially against this team where you have an Ezreal, Jinx, Tenebris, Warwick, all these auto-attacking.
It is actually a really good pickup for her since Cho'Gath hasn't picked it up. She's got a Rylai's anyway, so she's got the health. Now she just gets a little bit of armor to go with it. She's actually pretty durable.
Or taking that ace in the hole from two Sonas, one Chalice. Tenebris getting caught there a little bit. Oh, Tenebris blowing his ulti on that, I believe. Unfortunate for him. Thankfully, though, it is a low cooldown.
They don't just keep shoving.
They pull off.
Trying to get that
I mean, they had a perfect wave from the bot lane coming in. They had. I mean, honestly, all they had to do was sit outside and wave at them and let Mega Minions, Super Minions take out Nexus turrets.
I think they wanted just to make sure that they would have Baron secure for the next fight. I think everybody was going to back, freshen up, and prepare for the Baron fight. Look at all the wards they've got around that area. I mean, I'm counting 6 on red side of river on that Baron side of the map. You're right, there were 7. Ezreal's icon was covering one. So they definitely know what's going on that side of the map, and maybe a little bit of disrespect coming out of Caitlyn. She picks up a Sword of the Occult
at 33 minutes. I mean, that's not unexpected when coming from a type of player. That's true. He favors the Zhonya's hourglass on about any champion.
They're all standing on a board, so I would hope that doesn't mean anything.
Baron is live and it is lit up like a Christmas tree or 4th of July, whatever.
Oh boy, I hope no one face checks this bush. Oh dear.
Oh, Ezreal played it. Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully he realizes that his shot actually didn't go through all the way through the bush. You know, it was a noble effort for him to go down like this. Getting the double ulti, wombo combo, ace in the hole, Caitlyn ulti's going down.
Little bit of a graphical error as the arcane shift went off at the same time as assault battery.
Just the two officers of Piltover laying down some cold hard justice. Looks like they're secure. The inhibit was opened up. Tenebris looking to flex his muscles a little bit. No?
He looked
Maybe?
like he wanted to go aggressive, but he only wanted to go aggressive for one swing.
He wanted to get that static shift proc and then back off.
That zero, of course, being
Oh,
represented
wow.
by the super minions in bot lane.
I want to make a comment. Oh, not even able to get his ulti up. Jinx gets the assault and battery off.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
He's also losing next turret. Nothing. Not much a 2-4-2 200 farm Ezreal can do in a 1v4 scenario. Getting a little backup from aim and shoot.
You know, Caitlyn bought that Sword of the Occult. She's sitting on 17 stacks right now. And there's 19 stack sword. She's not gonna hit 20, but does get to the 19.
About 6 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes. She went from. Do you start with 5 stacks on it?
You start with 5, yeah. Well, game 2, even more of a domination than game 1 kills wise.